going on, everybody? Today's project, I got a water cooler I'm gonna tear apart. Let's go take a look. All right, here's what we got today. We got a Sunbeam water cooler. Let's tear it apart and see what's inside. When I first started scrapping, I didn't tear too much stuff apart. I just tossed it in and brought it up to the scrap yard. Then I started figuring out you get more money for separating it. Some of it takes a lot of extra time. Garbage day's Monday, so I drive around on the weekends and pick up the stuff. Usually gather up about $100 to $150 a week scrapping. This one was damaged when I got it, so I had to worry about snipping the line, and there's pressure in the line, so you have to be careful if you're snipping that. People have regular garbage pickup on the country. They had dumpster setups on each town. I ran out to them, and people would throw transmissions, refrigerators, all kinds of stuff they throw in the dumpsters. But copper's always a good commodity to afford to get yourself extra money. Alright, here's the valuable items you recovered out of the water cooler. Now I'm going to finish tearing down all the items. Now this is the cooler part. I'm going to take this styrofoam off here and see what we got underneath. Pretty decent money for copper and brass. Aluminum really doesn't pay that much unless you got a lot of it. 60 cents a pound now. It's not really went up very much. It was like it's been 50 for 10-15 years. Copper's been around $2 to $4 the last 10 years, going up and down. Kind of fluctuates with the gas prices. That's got a copper coil that wraps around it. That's what keeps it cool. Now it's starting to decline a little bit on the price. All the ferrous metals are pretty good. They changed the grading system a little bit. I want to pay you 5 cents a pound for breakage. I could just throw it in the steel pile and get anywhere from 12 to 15 cents a pound and not do a damn thing with it. It used to get a little bit over the steel price for aluminum breakage. They change a lot of things over the years. Grading of copper. Brass used to be white brass and yellow brass. Now it's just plain old brass. They don't separate it. Aluminum, pot metal, die cast, and zinc. That was aluminum grades. Got to keep up with the times. Get your hands on some copper pipes. That's usually a good payday on that also. You got to make sure they're not too dirty, because then they'll try to give you number 2 price. The last 3 or 4 years, they started downgrading it from number 1 to number 2 because it's dirty. And they used to pay number 1 price before, so the grading system does change as things progress into the future. Best way to make sure you get a good deal, if you got a bunch of ferrous metals, which is the brass, the copper, and aluminum, it's basically stuff that don't stick to a magnet. If you got a bunch of it, just bring one in at a time. Bring all your copper in. Don't bring a bunch of varieties, because the more varieties you bring in, the more of a chance you got them ripping you off a little bit. Okay, let's weigh all this stuff up. Well, there you have it. A water cooler for scrap. Thank everyone for watching and following along. We'll see you guys in the next one.